Hello students, today we are going to start fraction. Before I will start fraction, let's recapitulate what you have studied in class 4. Okay, what is fraction? First, if I will take this whole, okay, and I divided this whole into 4 parts, and this shaded part, if anybody will ask you what is this part, you will say 1 upon 4. Why it is 1 upon 4? Because this whole is divided into 4 parts, so denominator is 4, and the one part I have taken or shaded, that's why it is the numerator, so it is the numerator. So this fraction, if anybody will ask what is this is the fraction 1 by 4. So we can see that what is fraction? Fraction is a part of whole. Okay. Then second thing, how many types of fractions are there? If you remember, types of fractions are like fraction, unlike fraction, proper fraction, unit fraction, and improper fraction. And then last one is the mixed number. Okay, mixed number is not a fraction, it is a combination of whole number and the fractional number. So we are calling it mixed number. So one by one we are going through it. So it is a recapitulation whatever you have studied in class 4. Okay. So we can say that a fraction represents a part of whole. And how we write the fraction? We are writing the fraction as n upon d, where n is numerator and d is denominator. So what is numerator? Numerator means the first we will write down the denominator. What is denominator? If I have taken a whole, this is a piece of chocolate, I took this chocolate, and this chocolate is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 parts. So total number of parts a whole is divided is called denominator. So the denominator is here 12. What is numerator? Number of parts taken out, number of parts shaded, or number of parts left. Both are there. So first I will going to do how many parts you have taken out. A boy has ate these 5 pieces of the chocolate. So what is the fraction there? 5 upon 12. But if anybody will ask you what is the fraction for the chocolate left over, then it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is 7 upon 12. So now it is clear to you what is fraction. Fraction represent a part of whole. Numerator means number of parts taken or shaded, and denominator is number of parts, total number of parts a whole is divided. Now here a condition applied, denominator should not be 0. Why? What is denominator? A number of part a whole is divided. Are you able to divide any whole into the 0 part? No. So that's why denominator should never be 0. Okay. Now how to write the number name of this one? 5 by 12. So what is the name of this fraction? The name of the fraction is 5. This numerator will be written as whole number. This is 5. And whatever the denominator, it is written as a ordinal number. So what is the ordinal number for 12? It is 12. Okay. So it is 5, 12. 5, 12. And in commonly people are calling it 5 by 12. Okay. Both are there. But when you are reading it, it will be 5 by 12. But when you are writing the number name, it will be 5, 12. So what is the numerator? That will be written as a whole number, whatever 0, 1, 2, 3, sorry not 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this 12 is written as a ordinal number, second, third, fourth, fifth, like this. So we are calling it, denominator is calling it 12th and numerator is 5. Okay. Now next is whatever is unshaded part, that is the 7 upon 12. So name of this fraction is 7 12th. Okay. This is 7 12th. Now we are moving to the types of fraction. So first fraction is proper fraction. What is proper fraction? Proper fraction means when numerator is less than denominator. Numerator is less than denominator, then we can call it proper fraction. For example, if I will take the example, it is 3 by 4, 5 by 9 or 1 by 2. These all are proper fraction. So now this 1 by 2 is a proper fraction, but its another name is unit fraction. So second type of fraction is unit fraction. When numerator is always equal to 1. When numerator is always equal to 1, in that case it is called unit fraction. For example, it is 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 17, 1 by 15, whatever the number. Denominator will be any number, but numerator is always going to be 1. So it is called unit fraction. And the third one is called improper fraction. What is improper fraction? Improper fraction means when numerator is greater than denominator. Okay? When numerator is greater than denominator, in that case we are calling it improper fraction. For example, 11 by 5 or 13 upon 4. Okay? I will explain you with the help of example. 13 upon 4 is possible? No. Why? Because denominator is 4. So if any whole is here, if I have one whole, what is the fraction? Whatever the denominator, that many part it is divided. So if a fraction is divided into 4 part, how you will take out 13 part? So it is not possible. So it means there are so many whole part and then the fraction part. So I am coming to that point. So if I will take these 2, then third one also, this 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And one more. So if I will take these all shaded part. And when we are going to count, since denominator are same, so all are 4. So it means it is a like fraction. So it 4, 4, 4. So 4 3s are 12 and 1 13. So this is 13 by 4. But if you can see in one fraction only you can take out the 13 part, it is not possible because denominator is 4. So whenever there is an improper number, we have to convert it into this form. And this form, since it is 1, 2, 3, it is a whole number. This is a whole fraction. So it is a whole number. So we will call it 3 and then next fractional number is 1 by 4. So it is 1 by 4. And what it is? This is called mixed number. What is mixed number? So I was explaining you with the example of improper fraction 13 upon 4. And we have seen that this 13 upon 4 is not exist because from 4 part 13 part is not possible to take out. So we have taken 3 whole part and then 1 fractional part. Okay. Now what is this? This is a whole number and this is a fractional number, proper fraction. Okay. So this combination of whole number and the proper fraction is called mixed number. So we will call it 3 whole 1 by 4. Clear to you? Now 3 whole 1 by 4 is mixed number. So if we have to write it in simple, how we will write down? We will write down whole number, then numerator upon denominator. And you can see that this numerator and denominator, when we are writing, we are not writing just in front of W. We are writing in between this W. Okay. Here also I written 3 whole 1 by 4. So I have not written this like this. Or I have not written like this. Because if I will write like this, it will be 31 upon 4 or it will be 1 upon 34. So these both are wrong process. In the hurry-burry, children are making this mistake. So always keep in your mind, this fractional number will be written in between this whole number. Okay, this line will be always in between this whole number. Okay. In common name, people are calling it fraction also, mixed fraction also. Often you will see in the book or and everywhere. But the correct way is not mixed number. It is not a fraction, it is the number. Why? Because it is a combination of 2 types of number. One is fractional number, second one is whole number. So it is not a fraction, it is a mixed number. Okay? So what is this mixed number? This mixed number is a combination of whole number and fractional number. Fractional number means numerator upon denominator. There are examples are, I have given 5 whole 3 by 4 or 1 whole 1 by 2, any one. Okay. So these all are the example of mixed number. Now fifth type is called like fraction, and the next one is unlike fraction. First, what is like fractions? If we are having so many fractions, for example 1 by 4, 2 by 4, 3 by 4. So these all are called like fraction. Why? Like means same, ek jaisa. Ek jaisa means these all denominators are same. So this is called like fraction. What is unlike fraction? Unlike fraction means they are different from each other. They are different from each other. For example, the first one is I am taking 2 by 3, then 4 by 5, then 7 by 9, and so on. So in this, if you will see, all fractions are different from each other. This is unlike fraction. Now unlike fraction also divided into two parts. First one, when both numerator and denominators are totally different from each other. And next one is if the numerator is same and denominators are different. For example, I am taking 2 by 7, then 2 by 5, then 2 by 3. So these all are denominators are different, and 2 by 4. Denominators are different but numerators are same. So unlike fraction is also of two types, but mainly what we have to see, we don't have to bother for the numerator. We have to only see when denominators are different, they are unlike fraction, and when denominators are same, they are like fraction. Same, like, ek jaisa. Unlike, different, alag alag. Okay, so just you keep in your mind only these two things. These all are the recapitulation whatever you have studied in class 4. Now we are switching to some more points where we need to be calculate. So we are switching to the conversion of improper to mixed and mixed to improper. So now we are switching to the conversion of mixed number, improper number to the mixed number. Before we will start, just we will see this 234 upon 14. This is the number. So whatever is numerator, that is the dividend. Always keep in your mind when you are solving this conversion, the mixed number into improper or improper to mixed number, do the rough work calculation part in the rough work. Okay. So this 237 divided by 14. So 14 1 14, 14 2 are 28. So 2 times it is not possible. We will go for 1 times. It is 14. This is 9, and then this 7 will come down. Fourteen 6 are 84. Minus this 7 minus 4 is 3, and this 9 minus 8 is 1. Okay, so this is the calculation I have divided. This question is from your exercise only. So this, whatever the quotient, it is whole number. Whatever the remainder, that is a numerator, and whatever is the divisor, that is the this is called dividend. Sorry. Whatever the divisor, that is a denominator. Okay, so it is denominator. I will underline it with a highlighted. So this is whole number, this is numerator, and this is denominator. Okay, now we will write in this form. So whole number means 16, then numerator 13 upon this 14. So you just see this line I drawn in between 16 and so 13 upon 14 is a fractional number, and this 16 is a whole number. I will solve one more example for you. And this example is 162 upon 5. Okay. So here is the rough work. 162 divided by 5. Again I am repeating, whatever numerator, that is a dividend, and whatever is denominator, that is a divisor. So 5, so we will go for 3 times. 5 3s are 15 minus 16 minus 15 is 1, and this 2 will come down. 5 2s are 10, so minus, this is 2. Okay, so what is this? This is whole number. What is this? This is numerator and this is denominator. So we can say this is a whole number and this is numerator and this is denominator. So the fraction is, mixed number is, whole number is 32 whole 2 upon 5. You can see whenever you are taking converting into the mixed number, always the fractional part is a proper fraction. If it is not a proper fraction, it means you have made the mistake. If there is something wrong with your calculation. So please keep in your mind, when you are converting into the mixed number, this fractional part should be a proper fraction. Okay. Now solve these 3 questions in your classwork copy. Okay. The exercise, this is the exercise 4th A. Convert into the mixed number. So first you have to convert 11 by 2, then 29 by 3 and 150 by 7. As I explained you, make a rough column and that side you have divide this one and then you have to write the answer. So our next topic is convert into the improper fraction. Okay. So this is mixed number, we have to convert into the improper fraction. Before that, what we have studied, improper fraction is given and we have converted into the mixed number. So what is this and how to do? If you remember, there is a formula for the verification of the division. You remember that? Dividend is equal to divisor multiplied by quotient plus remainder. The same thing is here. There is a formula how to check it. So we can say that whole number multiplied by denominator plus numerator upon denominator. Okay. If you recall the division means verification of division, you can say divisor multiplied quotient multiplied by divisor plus remainder. So here remainder is numerator and whatever is divisor, that is the dividend, and the whole number is the quotient. Okay. So we will just write down this value here. What is whole number here? 239. I will do it here. 239 multiplied by 17 plus 5 upon 17. Now, if you have learned the table, you can do it mentally also. But if you have not done the table, you have to show the process. I can show you both the one, which one is comfortable for you. But please learn the table. It's very important for you till the end of your life. Till the time you are studying, after the education also, table is very important. Okay. So, I know the table of 239 into 17, so I will do it directly also. But if you are not comfortable, you can multiply. I will show you both the process. Okay. So 17 multiplied by 239 multiplied by 17. 17 9 ja 153. Okay. So this 3, 15 is carry over. Then 17 3 ja 51 and 51 and 15 is 66. So 6 and then again 6 is carry over. Then 17 2 ja 34 and 34 and 6 is 40. Then this plus 5, this numerator upon denominator. And this will be 5 plus 3 8, 6, 0, 4 upon 17. This is the improper fraction. Okay. The mixed number is given. I have converted into the improper fraction. Clear? But if you are not knowing how to multiply directly by 17, you can multiply like this also. So 239 multiply by 17. 7 9 ja 63, carry 6. 7 3 ja 21 and 3, 27, carry 2. 7 2 ja 14 and 2, 16. Now multiply by 1, this is 0, then 9, then 3, then 2, and then we have to add. 3, 9 plus 7, 16, carry 1, 6 3 9 and 1, 10, carry 1, 2, 1, 3 and 1, 4. See, 4063. Now, whatever the this numerator we have to add into this. So, this is 4068. And this is same what I have calculated mentally. So, please keep practicing so that you will be faster in calculation. Okay. This will save your time. In spite of doing this, you can do it directly here. It will save your time in exams. So, learn the table. Okay. So, now this is clear to you. This is the answer. I am going to solve one more example just for your practice. Okay. 34 whole 6 by 11. Sir, all the numbers means whose HCF is 1. They are called co-prime number. Okay. So, if you will see 2 and 3, they are divisible by 1 only. So, it means it is a co-prime number. So, this is a simplest form. It is not divisible by any other number. So, it is the lowest form also. इससे छोटा नहीं हो सकता है. So, this simplest form or lowest form means when the numerator and denominator, they both are in the form of co-prime number, then they are called the simplest form or lowest form. Now, how to convert it? There are two processes. First one, you take out the HCF of numerator and denominator, and then you find out the means you have to divide it. And second one is you can check it mentally because you have learned the divisibility test. Class 4, I taught you divisibility test of all the numbers. So, you learn the divisibility test, so you will mentally check it which number it is divisible. For you, if you are not comfortable with the divisibility test, the easy way, you take out the HCF. You remember the HCF? 210 and 350. Okay, 210 and 350. By which number? Here we don't have to take out the HCF by using the prime factorization method. No, you can divide by any number by which both are divisible. So, I can see from here both are divisible by 3. No, both are divisible by 10 since one's place is 0. So, it is 21 and this is 35. Now, these both are divisible by 7. 7 3s are 21 and 7 5s are 35. Now, HCF is 10 into 7, it is 70. Okay. You have learned to take out the HCF by the prime number only, but in case of this lowest term or addition, subtraction or fraction, you need not to go for the prime number. You can divide it by any number by which both are divisible. The common number by both are divisible. So, these two are there. So, HCF is 70. Now, next process is 210 will be divided by 70 and this 350 divided by 70. It is 3 times and it is 5 times. So, if you will see this, when we are taking out the HCF, here is the number 3 and 5 and here also number is 3 and 5. It means our answer is correct. And this 3 by 5 are co-prime number because it is not divisible by any other number. So, it means this is the lowest term. Clear? Now, come to this one. 36 upon 48. Take out the HCF of 36 and 48. I hope till now you are comfortable with HCF and LCM. You have learned in class 4 also. You have learned in class 5 also. So, this 36 and 48 is divisible by 12. 12 3s are 36 and 12 4s are 48. It is divisible now. So, it means we can divide it by 12. So, HCF is 12. And if you are not sure, you can divide it by 6 also, you can divide it by 2 also, it's up to you. You know how to take out the HCF. I am teaching you the easy method. Okay. Now, this is the second question of exercise 4th. You solve in the copy. 16 upon 14, 15 upon 25 and 13 upon 18. You see, first you take out the HCF of the number, numerator and denominator, and then you divide it and get the answer. After seeing this picture, something comes in your mind. What is this? Just recall it. Yes, you are right. It is a pizza made by your mama. And she made 3 pizza, one for you, one for your brother and one for your sister. Okay. So she gave this piece to you. So big piece, na? So it is, if I will ask you to write down the fraction for this, what is the fraction? The whole is divided into two parts and one part is taken, so it is 1/2. Your brother, the whole is divided into 4 parts and 2 part is taken, so this is 2/4. And this whole is divided into 8 part and 4 part is taken, so it is 4/8. Now, as human nature started thinking, Mama loves more to my sister, same story is going on, but it is not like that. If you see the size of the pizza which you have got, either you or your sister or your brother, all are same. You can see the size of the pizza is same. Either you can take this part or you can take this part or you can take this part. But the number of pieces are more. In this one you got only 1 piece, in this one you got 2 pieces, in this one you got 4 pieces. So number of pieces are more, but the size or the value or the quantity is same in all 3. Now it means this 1/2 is equal to 2/4 and this 2/4 is equal to 4/8. And what is this? This is called equivalent fraction. What is this equivalent fraction? When we take this 1/2 as a starting number, then if I will multiply this 1/2 by 2, it is 2/4. Then when I will multiply this 2/4, again I will multiply this 1/2 by, so it means we can see that equivalent fraction, when we multiply or divide the numerator and the denominator of a given fraction by the same number, we get the equivalent fraction. For example, one example I gave you here, second example is 1/3 is the fraction. If I will multiply 1/3 by 2, I will get 2/6. If I will multiply 1/3 by 3, 1/3 will be multiplied by 3, it will be 3/9. Similarly, if 1/3 multiplied by 4, it will be 4/12. So either it is 1/3, 2/6, 3/9 or 4/12. These all 4 are equivalent fraction. You can see these numbers are different, but the value of these numbers, this fraction is same. The second example is, first one I explained you about the multiplication. The second example I am going to take it by the division. See, the fraction is given 8/12. If I will divide 8/12 by the number 2, because 8 and 12 both are divisible by 2. Okay, so it will be 4 and it will be 6. Okay, again 4 and 6 are divisible by 2, so we will go for it. This is 2/3. Now 2/3, it is divisible by any number? No. So we can say 8/12 or 4/6 or 2/3. These all are equivalent fraction. So first example I explain you by multiplication. The second example I explain you by division. Now you might be some questions arising in your mind that what is, this is also a lowest term because numerator and denominators are co-prime number. So what is difference between lowest term and the equivalent fraction by division? There is no difference. Only the difference in the process. What is the process? If you are seeing here, I have divided by 2, I have divided by 2 again, and then I got the 2. So these are the 2 steps I did here. Okay. But in case of lowest term, if the exam, the question will come, find the lowest term, and if you are going to do like this, you will not get the marks. Why? Because this question you have solved as a equivalent fraction. Okay, you have not solved as a lowest term. So what you have to do? You have to do that same thing. 8/12 is there. It is divisible by 2. It is divisible by 4. It is divisible by any other number? No. These are divisible by 4 only. It means 4 is the SCF. And we will divide it only and only by the SCF. So that in one time only 4 2s are 8 and 4 3s are 12. Got it? So in spite of doing it separately, here divided by 2, here divided by 2, directly one time only I will divide by 4. So this process is of the simplest form or lowest term. answer will be same, if you can see here, but this process is different. So this process is of equivalent fraction. Find the equivalent fraction, okay, by division method. If the question will come, you can do like this. But if the question will come, find the simplest form or change into the simplest form, then in that case, you have to do it like this. So simplest form or lowest term. Both are same thing. Again, I am repeating. If it is written there lowest term or if it is written there simplest form, don't get confused. Both are the same term. Okay. So now it is clear to you what is equivalent fraction by multiplication method also or by division method also. And the next topic I explained to you, that is the lowest term. So all three are clear to you. Okay. So now we are switching to the question which exam it will come as a check whether these two are equivalent fraction or not. So I am going to explain you how to check it. First, the question is given 2 by 5 and 34 upon 85 are equivalent or not. So I will write the number like this and then we will do the cross multiply. Okay, this is the first step. Cross multiply means this is the tail and this is the head of the arrow. So we will multiply the tail by the head. The number which is at the tail side will be multiplied by the number which is at the head side. So 5 multiplied by 34 and 2 multiplied by 85. Okay. Now we have to multiply it. So 34 5s are 170. If you are not comfortable in multiplying directly, you can multiply it. 5 4s are 20, carry 2. 5 3s are 15 and 2 17. Now this is 85. 85 2s are 170. Since again 2 5s are 10, carry 2. 2 8s are 16 and 2 5s are 10, carry 1. 2 8s are 16 and 1 17. So this is 17. Now we can see that since product are same. Since product are same, thus 2 upon 5 and 34 upon 85 are equivalent fraction. Okay, this is the answer. Exam it will come, you have to check whether these two are equivalent fraction or not. So first step, you have to do the cross multiplication. The tail will be multiplied by head. So 5 will be multiplied by 34, 2 will be multiplied by 85. If both numbers are coming same, if both are equal, it means they both are equivalent fraction. Now I am giving you the second example. 7 upon 11 and 56 upon 99. The same thing, we have to multiply. Now 7 will be multiplied by 99 and 56 will be multiplied by 11. 7 9s are 63, carry 6. 7 9s are 63 and 6, 69. Now 11 6s are 66, carry 6. 11 5s are 55 and 6, 61. Now we can see that 693 is not equal to 616. When we will make this equal sign and cut it by the slanting line, it is the symbol of not equal. Now you are a student of class 5, so you should know what the symbol means. Okay. So what is the meaning of this symbol? This symbol meaning is they are not equal. Okay. Now since they both are not equal, it means they are not equivalent fractions. So how you will write the answer? Since products are not equal, thus 7 upon 11 and 56 upon 99 are not a equivalent fraction. Now we are switching to the comparing fraction. There are three types of comparing fraction. Three types are there. First one, of the two given like fraction, when the fraction is a like fraction, the fraction with greater numerator is the greater fraction. For example, 7 upon 8 is greater than 5 upon 8. I will explain you with the example. I am taking one example here. See, if I am taking this chocolate, I divided this chocolate into 8 parts. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Similarly, this chocolate also into the 8 part. Okay. First one I have taken 7 part. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the second one I have taken the 5 part. So from the picture it is clear which one is greater fraction. This is the greater one because it has the more value and it has the less value. Since denominator are same, so all are having the same division, that is the 8. Now the second one is of the two given unlike fraction with the same numerator. Unlike fraction, as I explained you, it is of two types. So unlike fraction with the same numerator, the fraction with the smaller denominator is the greater fraction. Okay. So again I am explaining you with the example. I am taking 2 chocolate. Okay. This is the 2 chocolate and both the chocolate I am going to divide into the first one. It is of 5 parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And second one I am going to divide into 7 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. These parts are little small. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now, first one I have to take 3 part out. So, because 3 by 5 is the fraction. And second one again also it is a 3 by 5. So, if you will see from the picture, first one I divided into 5 part because denominator is 5. Second one I divided into 7 part because denominator is 7. And from the picture it is clear to you, the smaller denominator is the greater fraction. See, the value of 3 by 5 is more than the value of 3 by 7. Okay. Now the third point is unlike fraction with the different numerator and different denominator. Okay. So in this case what we will do, again we have to do the same thing, we have to cross multiply. But this time you can see that this tail is opposite side and this head is opposite side. Okay. Now cross multiply means denominator will be multiplied by numerator and numerator will be multiplied by denominator. So now what thing you have to keep in your mind, which side tail, that side we will not write the number, which side head, that side we will write down the number. So 13 multiplied by 15 will be written here and 21 multiplied by 12 will be written here. Okay. Now 12 1 ja 12, carry 1, 12 2 ja 24 and 1 25, 13 5 ja 65, carry 6 and 13 1 ja 13 and 6 19. So it is 195. You can see 252 is greater than 195. It means 252 is the greater fraction. So what we have to do now, we will write down 252 is the greater than 195 and 250 comes from 12 upon 13. So 12 upon 13 is greater than 15 upon 21. So this is the fourth question of the exercise 4th. Last one is the 5th one. So you have to do question number 5. Exercise 4A. Question number 5. All question in book. Okay, only this question number 5 you have to do in book. Rest of the question I given you in the class work copy.